Greetings everyone, it is the Ash Heriter and welcome back to Terra Invicta. In the last episode, we had an unfortunate incident. Or maybe a fortunate incident. I don't know. The comments weren't exactly very clear as to whether or not this is supposed to happen. But we're rolling with it, and we will not take aggressive action against our alien overlords, so I guess this region, Chongqing, it now belongs to them. And I can only hope that when we finish our research for hydrodiplomacy, which, regrettably, we're gonna have to take drastic measures and devote 100% of our research onto that right now. I'm hoping that they'll stay contained here, and that further advancements they make will be elsewhere in the world, and not into my territory. I still find it weird that they decided to land in my territory, of all things. If they were trying to expand the aliens' influence, they should have landed in somebody that wasn't friendly to the aliens, or I don't know. It's just kind of weird that they did this. I'm assuming it's because I didn't research hydrodiplomacy yet, that I was, stalling on that, which was, I guess, a bad idea. It is what it is. So, let's continue on. I think our first course of action is we need to defend India. We also need to... We got you here. Gun. We could steal some orgs from her. Yeah, let's do that. Let's steal orgs. I like stealing
Targeting
orgs.
their assets.
Are you imprisoned? You are. We could even try and turn them.
Where do you need me? Standing by for orders.
Be fun indeed. What are the chances of turning? Ooh, chances are really good. Let's do it. We're gonna turn her.
Make an offer they can't refuse.
Nagira.
Standing by for orders.
Nagira, what are you gonna do? You're gonna defend India, because we need to.
Protecting our interests.
Okay. We really need to get our mission control back, and one of the ways we can potentially do that is by just stealing it from somebody else. But we'll do that in the next turn. So we'll try and steal a small country that's got like 2 mission control. Which I don't think there's too many of. Technically here, that only has 1. Pakistan. Could steal Pakistan. Probably should. We're gonna expand. Or we take one of the other ones. Let's see here. Actually, Vietnam. Vietnam's got 2 mission control. The looks of it. That is, Hanoi Space Center. Or Thailand. We'll have a look. Start doing that when the next mission round comes along. Aliens bombard Earth. Infiltration, escalation, now devastation. Firing from within our orbit, the aliens have unleashed a ruinous assault upon a region of Earth. While their target was localized rather than global, the death toll will nevertheless be high, and every soul on Earth may wake each morning wondering if this day might be their last. Okay, where? Where did it happen? Wait, that doesn't tell me anything. So this fleet... Seriously? Bombard. They just blew up my... They attacked Beijing. This is... not... right. I don't think this is right. I think something may have gone wrong in the game. But we'll see. Again, let me know if you know. I asked in the previous episode, like, is this a bug? But no one gave me an answer, which is fine if you guys don't know. As I understand it, there aren't terribly many people playing as the servants. It's just, yeah. What the fuck? Nuclear attack. North Korea, under control of humanity first, is launching a nuclear attack at its enemy. Okay, so, wow, everything's just going swimmingly. Okay, I've just lost the 1st Servants Legion and the South Korean devotees of the Hydra, thanks to a nuclear attack that they did on themselves. Thank you, North Korea. I'm gonna send in another army. Okay, so they're just bombarding all of my territory. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of... It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right that they would specifically be targeting us. If they were bombarding everyone, and we just happened to be in the way, okay, I can understand that. But they're specifically targeting the faction that's working with them. After giving us a bunch of territory.
My words meant nothing to them.
I failed to turn. They're literally bombarding our entire territory. Like, all of our states. Yeah, look, it just continues on. Like, what is this? What the fuck?
If these results are accurate, we're about to upend the entire medical system. Not a soul outside this room can hear about it until we're certain our patents are watertight. And once they are, the golden age begins. Gentlemen, we're about to profit from life itself. Chairman Soren van Wyk, Sangoma Pharmaceuticals quarterly board meeting minutes.
Okay, before I go into the text here, they just targeted my mission control. They basically just tanked my mission control, went from 34 to 27. And it did say that, like, they were targeting specifically mission control points. Am I too powerful? Is that the problem? But why are they singling me out? This is very strange. It's almost like they picked a random part of the map and it just happened to be the ones that the servants were, or I'm really kind of struggling to understand what the game is doing right now. Because from a narrative perspective, this makes zero sense. And this is a narrative playthrough, you know, to some degree. I like to kind of weave a narrative into everything, and this is throwing me a wrench here. Not only in the game, but just story-wise. It doesn't make sense. Okay, we'll roll with it, I guess. We're gonna have to give up some of our base mining and that type of stuff, or wait for our mission control to come back. But if the aliens are just gonna willy-nilly bombard our territories and destroy all of our mission control, and, you know, they also tanked our research a bit, assuming that also kind of lowered my economy and caused many other problems. I just wish there was something that was communicated better. That, like, I've done something wrong, and this is why the aliens are punishing me. Maybe if I had Hydra diplomacy. That's basically the only... That's the narrative explanation I'm gonna go for, is we didn't reach out to the aliens, and this is why they're attacking us. It still doesn't answer the question of why specifically us. Why aren't you hitting other factions, particularly ones that you know are aggressive to you? Like, they know. They have to know. Alright, anyways. Humans have long chased immortality, or at least some way to meaningfully delay the Reaper's arrival. Although the predictive genetics is no philosopher's stone, it is an enormous leap towards the prolonged sustainment of our lives, as well as dramatically improved quality of life during our later decades. Stemming from its foundations in the Human Genome Project, the latest advancements in predictive genetics will, in time, allow medical personnel to identify and correct for markers associated with complex diseases, ranging from type 2 diabetes to the most obscure genetic disorders, and even most cancers. When combined... where am I? When combined with innovative analytics and cutting-edge AI, humans can expect to live longer, healthier lives. Once the nations of the world take full advantage of these latest developments, all but a few of the diseases and disorders which have blighted our species since we first crawled from the oceans will soon be things of the past. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. My god, they just completely destroyed my mission control. That was... basically years of research, years of investment that are now gone. Not a big fan of this. Reduce the military. We reduce some knowledge. We need to get our mission control back up. It's like, otherwise we're gonna lose all of our space assets. The alien administration proposes ending its war with China and South Korea if we accept the nations and their alien return to rivalry status. Yeah, please. Just why? Why? Why did this start to begin with? Okay, we need to investigate here. Old control points, new control points. Alright, we've taken Bangladesh. That gave us... What the fuck? What is this? They just ended the war and, like, continued bombarding me. Now they're invading me? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, they're just invading my territory. Ah, man. This isn't right. This doesn't feel right. I feel like the game is bugged. Okay, I tried to do some cursory research just in the middle of recording to see, like, what is this all about? And yeah, as it turns out, there's not much information, because I don't think very many people play the servants. Even, like, off of YouTube, it doesn't seem like there's, like, many blog posts or anything from the perspective of the servants, so that makes it a little bit difficult to search for. So, we have a problem. And the issue is manifold. So right now we have our alien threat is... They're attacking us, is what's happening here. They just went to war with us. Not sure why. How's India looking with its relations? It is currently not at war with the aliens. I feel like we need to go to war with the aliens. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this in a campaign with the servants, but what the hell choice are they giving me? They're bombarding me, they're invading me, they just sued for peace, but they're still invading me and they're still bombarding me. Either this is a bugged situation, or there's something I am fundamentally not understanding in this campaign. We're gonna move both of our armies to there. There's also the matter of North Korea, which I would like to conquer North Korea. They're out of nukes, so I'm actually gonna send one of my armies to go and do that right now. And, yeah, this is kind of a load of crap, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not a fan of this.
They'll be working for us.
No, I need to start
Ready.
moving territory, basically, is what this comes down to. China, I think, is about to be lost. Which leaves me with the US. So we're going to start investing into the US. This isn't how I wanted to do it, but the aliens leave me no choice. I'm going to keep playing this campaign until it becomes very clear that something's just not right. Because this can still be a game mechanic, depending on the hydro diplomacy. But if the hydro diplomacy thing doesn't solve this, I don't know, I may have to end this campaign. Like, this completely defeats the purpose of playing the servants, which is what I wanted to do, and at this point all I could say is, like, if this isn't fixed by a tech or something happening in the game to explain what the hell is happening, then the servants are broken as a faction, and that's, yeah, something I'll have to write in a review somewhere, probably. Anyways, yeah.
I will try to sway the public.
Man, getting into the US is so difficult. Actually, because getting into the US is so difficult, I feel like I should be going into Canada.
We'll make our appeal.
And
Ready to
Mexico
go.
first.
I will try to sway the
It's gonna
public.
be easier to pull off.
Standing by.
Jean-Luc the Illuminated, we're gonna have you do the same thing. Well, let's actually immediately
Making
make a
our
push
case.
for Canada. Can
What's
we
the
already launch a crackdown here? No, not gonna happen. All right, so we need to do this with public campaigning first. We need to
Making
get
our
some
case.
approval in Canada. And from there, we'll move on. Although we do need to defend South Korea right now. So actually,
Your
we're gonna have
orders?
Argita do that. So, I mean, how long is that going to last?
Making things safe for our people.
So, I guess I'm just going to have to let the aliens run willy-nilly over my territory and conquer my
Offering
regions.
counsel.
Securing our interests.
One thing I probably also need to do is sell a lot of my outposts before they break. Which, man, they just crippled me. Excuse me? In the U.S. I need my expertise. Oh, okay, this is... Yeah, right. I keep forgetting I have a turned counselor. Why are you lending your expertise to the U.S.? Oh, yeah, right.
Public
So...
sentiment is increasingly with us.
17%. Wow. It'll take forever. So, basically, they
We
have
moved the needle.
a Militech level of 7. All I can do here, and I don't want to do this, but I may have to, And it's going to be to nuke the aliens. Okay, can I click my own territory? Nuke it? Launch. I can't. Current target. None. What the hell? Okay. Launch nuclear weapons. Target. Xi'an region, China. Launching our weapons will do terrible and lasting damage to the target region. So this is like... No, I'm gonna not do it. Alien detected. Chongqing, okay. Yeah, what the hell? They just proposed ending their war with China. They just... Okay, and now what? You leaving? Guys, this is bugged. I am almost 100% certain that this is bugged. Okay, or they're just suing for peace and attacking constantly. I don't think this is how the game is supposed to be playing. That is a huge shame if this is bugged, because I don't really want to play a, like, bugged campaign.
Standing by for orders.
And at this point, I don't really feel like
Securing
playing
our
as the
control.
servants if I can't actually play as the servants, if I have to play like every other faction, because the aliens just, you know, they're conquering my territory. I'll continue on. I'm gonna see this through as far as I can,
Offering
but this
assistance.
may be the last episode, guys.
Securing our interests.
The mission is complete. We're gonna wait and see what the
I will
hydro
help them.
diplomacy grants us. We're basically putting all of our research into this. So yeah, there's aliens all over the place, just running shop throughout China. This is ridiculous.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
And the reason why I don't want to nuke them is because that might cause problems with future diplomacy. If we can get one of these aliens to actually talk, and they continue invading. Orbital stations being captured by the resistance. You can probably tell I'm not really trying anymore. I'm just waiting to see what happens, because I think this game is broken. Decline. Like, what's the point?
Reporting in.
What's the fucking point?
Where do you need me? We'll make our
They
appeal.
just go
Where
immediately
do you
into
need
war
me?
again. And that's what's
At
telling
your
me this is
service.
bugged. If
We must
these
persuade
messages weren't
people.
coming up and
Reporting
immediately
in.
being revoked, or immediately basically being ignored, I could still kind of operate under the assumption that this is a
Making
problem
our
with me
case.
not researching the alien diplomacy in time, but this
Offering
screams
support.
bugged. We're gonna fast forward along a little bit, and I really apologize if that is the way how things are
We
going.
are winning their hearts
Losing
and
our armies,
minds.
too.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Button flowering. Mumbai seeing an explosion in growth of alien life forms. The scale of the alien forms is already a whole ecosystem in itself. Environmental agencies are concerned that its growth could spiral out of control if not addressed immediately, while xenobiologists argue that this presents a unique chance to study the alien's ecosystem on a larger scale. We'll view it as a sign from above, I guess. Our nation, China, has no formal defense treaty with the new government in the alien nation, and the leaders there are insisting we remove our forces stationed in their nation. Propose alliance. Okay, the alien administration under control of the aliens has agreed with with China to end the alien administration-China war. The two nations will next be able to forge closer ties in the 19th of February, 2031. Okay, that seems like it actually did something, so now we're allied. Missile tests. Pakistan's doing missile tests. Great. Well, they're not invading me anymore. And it seems like we're engaging in diplomacy without having hydro diplomacy. Man, I'm so confused. At least they're not attacking me anymore. Okay, we're gonna send our armies from India up into North Korea. They're gonna actually be able to do something about it. Hooray for the lovely army movement system. Boy, is it fun. And it doesn't even want to go into my own territory. I can't even move the armies through my own territory. My god. Yeah, you may detect it from my tone. The end of last episode and this now, with how things are going, I'm a bit fed up with the game. I really enjoyed it throughout all the playthroughs that I've done, but this has just cast everything, and yeah, it's kind of this sour mark, which is not great, because this is overall a very good game.
Ready to go.
This is, yeah. This is not right. Look, like, I can't move through my own territory. No, we're not allied with China. It's India. Excuse me? When did that happen? Pretty sure we were allied. Okay. Can I move through China now? Still can't move through China, okay? No, what the fuck? Didn't work.
I will help them.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys. Now we can. Must have misclicked. Agents for the Illuminated have positively identified an agent or an alien agent. Okay, yeah, take me there. Okay, we're gonna start observing them so that when we do this research, we can actually, like, act on it.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Our cause is unjustified to them.
Move up there, please. And you can move here. You guys stay there. Anyways, the army moving system, I think, is still absolutely, like, terrible. Needs a significant rework. Like, I fucking clicked this. I guess we have to airlift home. I mean, I'm not defending my stations right now because I'm over my cap here, so it kind of sucks letting the resistance have them. In fact, we have a solution for the resistance having them. They may have taken them from me, but I'm going to prevent them from holding them. So what we're going to do is we're going to destroy them. They have abandoned us, so we're going to move our fleets there, and we're going to destroy their habs. All of them. This is Swigert Station. Yeah, but we'll do that. Ooh. Let's not click on it that way, though. From assignments.
Ready
Okay.
for my
Altharius Omegan. Start investigating the aliens, if you would. Xenoform Alpha 6. I don't know about Xenoform Alpha 6 anymore. I don't know if I can trust them.
Investigating target.
Ready.
Okay, Jean-Luc
Ready
the
to go.
Illuminated. What are you gonna do? Keep...
I will try
Get
to
some-
sway the public.
What's the arm? We must persuade the people.
Canada. I'm gonna also, I'm gonna do that next time. I'm gonna
Lending
stop
my expertise.
advising in China because I think I'm just gonna abandon China. I know that sounds pretty ridiculous, but I mean, I'm not getting these territories back. Let's be real. Punitive sanction. India is deeply concerned by Pakistan's recent provocative actions. Let's do a sternly
I have new information.
worded. Okay, so we're investigating Xenoform Alpha 6. We're going to continue our investigation there. I want to get as much intel on them as possible before we attempt diplomacy. New project available. The Bantu Nation. Okay. Deva Division has arrived in the Guwahati region.
The people will come to our side.
Campaign success. Repeat. Right, you guys need to move up to there, because we are going to invade North Korea.
We've
The
moved the
Indian
needle.
armies. Take it that way. Although, if I'm abandoning China, there's no point in keeping East Asia at all. So, I mean, I'll keep India. Okay, so we're here. They've taken this station from me. I'm going to destroy it. Okay, we've destroyed our own station as a retaliation for the enemy, the resistance stealing it from us. We're going to actually attack Swigert Station now. We're going to move there, and we're going to destroy that. We're just going to destroy all of their space stations. Because I'm spiteful. Alright, we're already there. That's nice. Destroy it. Well, let's refuel from it. We'll resupply there first. How long does that take? Need to wait a little bit. I do find it weird that you can resupply at enemy stations. Doesn't feel right. But since the game is pulling fast ones on me, I'm gonna pull fast ones on it. We're gonna destroy that station, and then we're going to fly to the Magao Military Research Station, our former research station, and we're gonna blow that up too. Traitors will not be tolerated. Unless it's the aliens, apparently, because I don't really have a choice. Okay, let's proceed things along. I'm hoping we're going to be able to migrate into the US then, because otherwise I don't really have too many options. We're going to destroy this hab. Excellent. And where else can we transit now? There's Jiangong Station. We'll blow that up too. The Resistance is going to be stealing my stations. I am going to go Scorched Earth on them. My own territory and theirs. We'll get some atrocities, but I don't care. Okay, we're at population here. No, we're going to go back to nations. Okay, this army, I have clicked all kinds of things to get them to move. And they basically refuse to move. So I feel like this army is bugged out. Just to compound a lovely situation here. I'm going to hold on to China for now. Like, we don't need to lose it just yet. So I'll have Outer Status. No, he can't do it. We'll have Jingju defend it for the moment.
Securing our interests.
And Outer Status,
for my
since
mission.
we really don't need... He just doesn't do much, though. Like, he's... Okay, he's going to advise in India.
Offering assistance.
We'll keep India. We'll keep India. We'll try the Greater India thing.
Offering counsel. Securing our control.
Like I said, I'll keep China for as long as I have to, but at this point, it's kind of a lost cause, and I'm going to try and invest in the U.S. And to invest in the U.S., we're going to have to take Canada. Right, my armies are here, so we can... Do we just go for North Korea?
Mission is a no-go.
Right. Oh, we may as well try and take it.
We've moved the needle.
Increase popular support for the eliminating Canada. We're at 29. It's not great, but it's getting somewhere. We need more mission control. I'm going to reduce the army expenditure a little bit and reduce the unity expenditure a little. And I'll reduce the welfare by a tad as well. We need mission control. We're starting to get there because, you know, thanks to the lovely resistance. Our adversaries have done a crackdown on Bangladesh. Okay.
Our case remains unheard.
Fortunate. Ended Bangladesh. To actually check what we're doing in Bangladesh. Okay, this is actually fine aside from that, and honestly, honestly, we don't need armies here. Or military spending, although it's currently a bit of violence, so we'll keep some military spending. That will help with unity and that type of stuff. Yeah, we don't need boosts. I'll keep one boost, just put that finishes up. Change in Colombia. Okay. Man, I hate the army movement. It's so tedious and... Please, devs, if you happen to be watching, probably not, but please do something about it. And, I don't know, make what happened here a little bit more clear, or prevent it from happening if it isn't supposed to happen. Proposing ending its rivalry with South Korea and returning to normal relations. Yeah, please. Okay. I don't get it. Like, how did that even start? Oh, man. This is interesting. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost the trace of Xenoform Alpha X1. Which is going to prevent us from engaging in diplomacy when they show up again. They're very difficult to keep track of, as it turns out. I guess all we can really do is do some...
We'll see what they're up to.
Investigation there. We're gonna
Standing by.
Jingju. What's he gonna do? Why don't you advise in India?
Lending my
Roman
expertise.
as well. In other status, you can actually, like, we've got other nations, you know, we've got South Korea. Why don't you advise in South
Offering
Korea?
assistance.
I'll hold that, and I'll attempt to take North Korea to create a unified Korea. Yeah, confirm assignments.
I will
bidding
help
for
them.
Canada for now. And then we'll bid for Mexico.
Offering support.
And then once we have those two fully under our control, we're going to aim for the U.S. That's basically how you're supposed to, or how you have to do it. Okay. So it's going to be really hard because they're all defended. Blades of Kali have arrived in the Xi'an region, along with the David Division and the Garuda Division. Okay, we're getting there. Takes forever. I mean, it's fine that it takes forever. It's annoying that you have to click every step of the way.
Mission abort.
Armies moving around, that can take a long time. That's okay. Just, please God, let me just click from here to there, and then the AI paths it on their own. Like every other game that has a sort of mechanic like this lets you do that. Right, an unknown group have sabotaged our efforts to research hydrodiplomacy. Oh my God. Come on, how far back? Okay, not that bad. I don't know how far we were at before. I imagine we were a fair bit farther.
The people will come to our side.
Right. Only going up by 2%.
The people will come to our side.
Here. I wish it went up a little bit faster. What can you do? The Blades of Kali have arrived in Harbin. Excellent. All arrived in Harbin. We will now begin the invasion of North Korea. This is the very technologically advanced Indian armies, who will presumably destroy them and finish this conquest once and for all. Alright, we've reached Chang'ong Station, finally. We're gonna blow it up. Okay. This is what happens. Resistance. Who else is there that is causing us problems? What's our status with the Academy? We're in conflict with them. Well, let's deal with them. We'll move towards the ISS. Let's blow up the ISS. Nah, okay, we won't. Cancel. We'll go back to our territory, or our own meteor orbital dock. I don't need to invoke a war with the Academy. They haven't done anything against me, so. Right now, I'm kind of in agreement with them. Like, we need to stand up a little bit to the aliens. Okay, so the resistance took Bangladesh, or a control point in Bangladesh, so we're going to have to take that back. Should be pretty easy. I don't think that's going to be very difficult to pull off. Army under... we have another army here. Excellent. India is just cranking out armies. Okay, so what we need to do right now is we actually need to stop prioritizing this for the moment. I just wanted to finish up that one. We're so close. And we need to really just go hard into mission control. And how far? Ooh, we're actually only 3 away, so I'm just gonna... Bam. There we go. Immediately another point of mission control. We're only 1 over right now, which is great. Is there any other place where we're very close? Not there. Not in China. Not in South Korea, fortunately. And I don't think doing that in the US is going to amount to anything. What about in Mongolia? Mongolia, we're not that far away, and Mongolia is going to be pretty cheap to get mission control in. That being said, am I going to be able to maintain my mission control in Mongolia? I don't think so. If I'm losing, or if I'm going to abandon China, I'm not going to keep Mongolia either. The Koreas I'll take. I just want to unify them. You have councilors with no missions. Altharius, take, why don't you do a crackdown on Bangladesh? So we're gonna keep the Greater India thing going. Sorry that the thing is jumping around a lot, but you do.
Cracking down.
Hopefully that works. Hopefully they don't defend beforehand. They probably won't with
Offering
1 point.
assistance.
You're gonna go on permanent assignment.
Lending
there
my
for now.
expertise.
Thanks with you. Okay, we're in Lhasa. Current councilor is in Brazil. Okay, there's a typhoon in Bangladesh. We'll save who we can. We can invest some resources into mitigating the damage.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Loose packet. The Borobudur Welfare Research Station equipment for receiving resource packets from our other HABs in the solar system is broken down. This couldn't have occurred at a worse time. A resource packet is on its way to Borobudur Welfare Station right now. Without the receiver to capture it, it will collide with the HAB and cause significant damage. We can make emergency repairs to the receiver. Costs volatiles and metals, which we've got a ton of, so I mean, we may as well. Or we can just abandon this station. Like... Nah, we'll try and repair it. Okay, the loose packet was safely captured and contents retrieved. Alright, so we managed to avert a little bit of a disaster. That's good. Public campaign success. We're at 40% in Canada. We're getting there. Okay, so we are beginning the occupation of Pyongyang.
Targets got away.
Hopefully they don't have nukes anymore. No, they're all out of nukes. They just have the one. Okay, another alien ship has arrived in orbit. I used to rejoice at it, but now I feel just dread, because I don't know what the game's going to do next. Another UFO has landed on Earth. Set down in the Nanjing region. Okay, so... Alright, this is, like, in the alien administration area. We're going to see if they expand further from here. Let's see if they just straight up break the alliance and attack us. New rivalry. Okay, America and Kenya. Not my problem yet. Will be at some point. Okay. So, I want to find an alien counselor. That is what I want to do. The question is, where do we find an alien counselor? Maybe you in the Caribbean? I don't know.
Initiating surveillance.
Not with that role. Speaking of, actually, before we do that, what the fuck? They changed it? Oh, that's obnoxious. Somebody else took it. Either before or after we did a crackdown, and now we can't. Alright, you're gonna just do public opinion here in Bangladesh, because that is definitely an issue right there. That we don't have any holding there. Also, I just noticed something. If we are not doing the Pan-Asian Combine, we are instead going to do the... Let's see here. What is it? Greater India. We're going to attempt Greater India. And let's hope that works. Okay, you're acting in Bangladesh. We have our 2 councilors in Canada. Let's actually see what we can do in Canada, crackdown-wise. I'm not so concerned about Bangladesh. No, it's still only a 4%. We can definitely get better there. So we'll continue.
I will tell our
public
story.
support in Bangladesh right now. And let's wait and
I
see
will
what the
help them.
aliens do. See if they attack us. Kessler syndrome. Great. Low Earth orbit is becoming increasingly saturated with debris. Now, whose fault is that? The primary culprit is wreckage from multiple space battles, in which warships and civilian stations alike are blasted apart into innumerable pieces that are difficult for even all of Earth's combined space agencies to track. The density has now reached a level where collisions between debris create even more debris in turn, leading to an unstoppable runaway effect. While operations in medium Earth orbit and beyond should remain mostly unaffected, low Earth orbit is a now dangerous place for ships, HABs, and satellites to be. Oops. That's a shame. Really sad. The armies of India have conquered North Korea. Okay, so we finally unified. Look at that.
Perfect for next mission.
Glorious. Part of the Republic of Korea. Okay, and we can airlift home? Can we? No? No, we have to do the long route? Okay, fine. We'll do the long route. It's very, very fun. Thank you, game. Okay.
Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosed. Yeah. We really don't need Yeats' defeatism right now. Commander Fiona Ayawade, private correspondence.
Yeah, indeed. For millennia, Earth has been divided into sprawling kingdoms. Some fall, others rise, others merge or fracture. The great and slow wave of change cannot be turned back even in more conventional times. No matter how great a world power may once have been, it cannot hope to survive the seismic transformations brought about by the absolute certainty that we are not alone, and the inevitable expansion of humanity far beyond historical borders of land and sea. If we are to survive all that is to come, we must accelerate this decline. These ancient and unwieldy empires only hold us back, for they are ships too slow to turn, and the few who lead them cannot possibly reflect the needs and desires of the many. Now that the fragmentation into smaller nations into independent states has begun in earnest, it is time to fell the giants, to dismantle the old regimes so that their people are free and nimble enough to chart their own course into tomorrow. Whether the new powers that will rise in the ashes are robust enough to usher the children of Earth through the many challenges the galaxy will present them remains to be seen. Alright, so we have researched Fall of Empires, though at this point I don't need it anymore. I mean, I might. Still, like, okay, we can still dissolve Russia, and we can, I guess, break up Europe. The Occitan independence movement. There's probably a lot of them that we can use to break up Europe. But, because I'm gonna try and
We
take
are
the
winning
U.S.
their hearts and minds.
Yeah. Terrorist bombings. A series of bombings have ripped through the Dhaka region. Casualties number in the dozens. Tearful families and furious officials are demanding to know how this could have happened. We will use the bombings as a pretext to crack down on our opponents. We'll do that. And the enemies have gained a crackdown on us instead in Bangladesh.
Public
Okay,
sentiment is
they're trying really
increasingly
hard.
with us.
We'll just reconquer Bangladesh. That's fine.
Public opinion is
I'm
moving
okay
in
with
our
it. I'm
direction.
not going to invest in it too much. I'm going to sabotage the Dhaka launch facility. Great. Distance was behind it. The blades of Kali have arrived in Harbin. Okay, our armies are all arriving in Harbin. Alright, we've arrived at the Meteor orbital dock in low Earth orbit 1. We need to actually kind of move on to medium Earth orbit, I think. Develop something out there, or even develop a station on Mars. We're still at 30 out of 26, which is fucking cool. We just lost 2 more. Bangladesh. Was that Bangladesh? Sorry. No, this is in India. Dhaka. No, that's Bangladesh. And our enemies took it, I think. We were quite close. I think we were 1 mission control point away, but then we lost 2. That's okay. We'll get some back. Canada has some options here for us. Yeah, they got enough. They got more than enough for us. They got a lot. They have 8 mission control at least. Okay, we need to take Canada. Really need to take Canada. Okay, we'll continue this campaign, unless this continues on. The town that stood still, the whole population of a small town in the Shanghai region has stopped moving entirely. We can only suspect this to be a prelude to further alien actions. We don't have the capacity to respond to this right now or organize a mass evacuation of all the town's residents. We'll do that. Okay. There have been a huge opinion boost for the Illuminated in China. Our teams faced no resistance as they loaded the townspeople onto stretchers and drove them away in trucks. We evacuated the entire population without any trouble. They were confused but generally cooperative when they regained awareness several hours later. This must have been like a gas attack or something. Yeah, they're still taking like secretive actions against us. Why? Alright, new project available, laser engines. Well, what do I do? Do I, like, if this continues on, do I stop playing this campaign because it's no longer the servants? Or do we have, like, a servants redemption arc where the servants turn against their former overlords? I don't even know if that's possible. Right, Alfarius, you can stop in Bangladesh. Not really a worthwhile cause at the moment. We're going to see what we can pull off here. It's only a 5% chance of success, but with enough influence, which we do have quite a lot of, I think we can
Turning up the heat.
Laying the groundwork.
There. Also, Arestedes.
Prepping for mission.
Confirm accident. Okay, I
Laying
wanted
the
to have
groundwork.
somebody investigate alien activity, but it is what it is.
Offering counsel.
What the Doctor means is that he has convinced atoms to emulate a Spartan phalanx, just as those ancient warriors locked their shields together to protect one another. These atoms combine into unbreakable armor. Colonel Hans Castillo, touring a classified R&D facility in Tierra del Fuego.
Tightly packed armor. That would also be like, so as the atoms come closer together, that would also cause the atomic motion to become less, which would cause it to be super cool. So it would be some sort of like really cold, highly dense armor, which is pretty interesting. Atomic manipulation was conceived as far back as 1989, when a major computer firm successfully spelled out its own name in atoms using a scanning tunneling microscope, STM. Of particular interest to us is using STMs to bind individual atoms to different types of surfaces, creating new and artificial nanostructures, potentially of great strength, which otherwise could not exist. New and more powerful STMs can further refine these techniques, ultimately increasing the strength of bonds while reducing the energy requirements. Nice. Okay, I'm lending my expertise to okay, that's fine, he can do that. Our turned counselor, those of you that are listening rather than watching. We can now undertake the End of China project. I don't think I want to do that. Dissolution of Russia, that could be interesting. Who's in control of Russia? A bunch of people that I don't like. Garuda Division is in the Xi'an region. They all here? Yeah. Can we move through alien territory? I think so, right? No, we cannot. I thought we were allied. Thought you could move through your allies' territories. Like... Oh, okay, it's India, right? Right, they're not allied with the aliens. It's China. It gets a bit confusing. Okay.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
47% in Canada. That's good. We have 50%
Our cause is
majority.
unjustified to them.
Alright, that failed. but
They
that's
slipped
fine.
away from us.
Our crackdown in Canada also failed, which was kind of to be expected, but unfortunate. There's even more missions to pull out here. US being a bully, as usual. Now attacking Kenya. We're in Beijing. Excuse me? Like, you saw me. I clicked that way. Or did I not? Pretty sure I clicked that way. Alright, we're losing Bangladesh, but it's okay. Turn our attention elsewhere. To the new world, America. Not so new anymore, but never really was new, actually. Just from the European perspective. Okay, great. All of these things are unimportant to me. Okay, so Agira, you are actually going to go and investigate some alien activity, because we should probably do that.
Your orders?
And Aristides, actually, you can go and do that too. Agira
On the
is
way to the
instead
target site.
At your
going
service.
to do something else. Agira is going to help
I will tell our story.
Canada still. And
Reporting in.
Alfarius is going to make another attempt. Ooh, we got a 73% chance of a crackdown now. They must have stopped defending. They're probably going to start this up again. I'm gonna just maximize my chances.
Applying
We want to get
pressure
at
on
least
their
one
people.
crackdown here. And hopefully they're gonna not defend, though they probably will.
Offering assistance.
Advise complete. Okay, again, not our counselor, but our turned counselor. Okay, clicking this region. You're going that way. Go that way, please.
The people will come to our side.
52% in Canada now.
Their control is vulnerable.
Nice,
now.
we got ourselves a crackdown.
The people will come to our
We're
side.
at 55% in Canada. We've completed Hydro diplomacy. What was a crude and faltering exchange of words between, or what was before a crude and faltering exchange of words between ourselves and the Hydra, has now become an official line of two-way communication. Establishing this proved far from easy, in part due to the fact that they nuked us from orbit. In part due to the lack of natural olfactory element in our own language, heightening the risk of misunderstanding, or worse, an aggressive response. Surprisingly, the greater obstacle, in fact, proved to be an apparent indifference on the aliens' part, no matter the content of our messages, as though they considered us beneath notice, despite their clear interest in Earth. Persistence has, however, proved to be a virtue, and careful finessing of our overtures towards the Hydra have finally prompted a response. Nice. Let's see what happens. Okay, we have completed the Learn to Serve objective. We have now set up reliable communication channels with the emissaries. We will be able to speak with them on a regular basis going forward. The emissaries have indicated that they have two tasks for us. The first involves establishing military control over Earth. The second is something far more ambitious, the creation of a new nation, something never seen before. The place of the emissaries is to rule, ours is to serve. There is no shame in this. It is the natural order for the lesser to serve the greater. But the lesser can have lessons to teach as well. We are a younger race than the Hydras, and it is our place to watch and learn. Perhaps in time we will come to see what it is we can offer in return. Right, interesting. Okay, so we can research the alien nation. Learn their purpose. For the longest time, one question has been nagging at me. What happened to the emissaries? Something wounded them so terribly that they have never recovered. But we have no way to find out what it was until now. Our meetings with the Hydras have begun to give me clues, not in what they say, but in what is left unsaid. For all their power and wisdom, the emissaries are limited. Their mastery of inert matter is beyond equal. Their ability to command and direct other creatures is equally impressive. But these are technical things. Where are their artists, their philosophers, their spiritual leaders? The obvious conclusion is that they are somewhere else, among the stars. The more I listen, the less I feel that this is the answer. There is a void in the Hydras, an absence. Perhaps this is the hole we are meant to fill. Interesting. Very interesting. And always something that I found to be quite cool when a sci-fi setting addresses this with an alien force that's as, intimidating as the Hydras. Like what exactly, what is their culture? Like we so often only see the military presence of these alien forces, but what are they actually like? What do they do outside of conquering enemies? And yeah, it's super cool. We're going to research point defense lasers, though I've had some people suggest a couple of other armor types. Actually, nanotube armor. I've had comments suggest that I get nanotube armor, so I think I'm going to go for that right now. We can armor our ships a little bit better. And we can actually divert our research again. Don't need to worry about that. We'll go to Arrival Law. We'll participate for now. Okay. We have arrived. Did we arrive in the right place? Yes, we did. We're actually getting somewhere now. Wow. That's something. Okay. Oh. let's hope that this all
Here's what we found.
turns out okay. Now that we have Alien Nation. Or now that we can interact with the Alien Nation, I should say. So we should. Now it's interesting. This is again more speculation for that this is a bug that I haven't researched to the Alien Nation, and it's like it's here. Unless this is not the Alien Nation, this is just the Alien Administration. Could the Alien Nation be something else? Only time will tell. We should actually research that when we can. I don't think we can yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's see here.
I'm here.
Alfarius, as much as I want you to... No, I really do want you to act in Canada. You're going to crack down more parts here, because they're leaving it undefended.
Targeting their key people.
Really a mistake
Ready.
on their part. But
Where
I'm
to?
going to exploit that mistake.
I'm here.
Because,
Ready.
you know... You're going to leave it open. I'm going to take it. It's really annoying that you can only do one at a time. So we're actually have John
Targeting
Luke
their
do
center
the
of
crackdown,
power.
and
Where to?
Alfarius I will have to do
Your
what I
orders?
actually wanted him to do, which is... Oh, they're already here. We don't actually need him to do that. What I'm going to do is we are going to make contact with Xenoform Alpha 3. Now, this isn't Xenoform Alpha 6. The
We'll open
Xenoform
a
Alpha
channel.
3 has been an alright fella.
Ready to go.
Probably. I don't know what his opinion of the bombardment was.
Standing by.
Okay, once again, clicking the wrong counselors. That it's annoying because you like click on another counselor,
What do we
but it
got?
doesn't actually select them. And yeah, okay, you can see that right there. But if I'm not looking at directly at it, I don't notice. Yes, that's my fault, but I have one functioning eye. All right, the other one basically does nothing. Well, it does something. It just doesn't do very much, which leads me to miss certain details from time to time.
We'll
Also
open a channel.
leads to a lack of depth perception.
At your
which is
service.
occasionally problematic, but not relevant right now. Let's purge the Canadians.
Targeting the opposition.
Okay, we'll do it this way.
Initiating contact.
We have made contact with Xenoform Alpha 3.
Lending my expertise.
Nothing happens. Okay, so you can't actually... That's kind of disappointing. I was really hoping we could actually, like, get into contact with them. Mysterious obelisk. Local explorers have happened upon a strange obelisk in the wilderness near Srinagar. The obelisk is tall, vaguely pyramidal object with a surface of cool, smooth metal. People on the scene have reported hearing an eerie hum and feeling uneasy in the presence of the obelisk. This is certainly worth looking into in light of recent developments. But how should we go about it? Let's establish a shrine and worship the obelisk. We are now able to undertake their demands project. We've updated our intelligence estimate about how the aliens regard our faction with accurate information. Okay, this is going to be important. Still isn't telling us very much. We see that anywhere else? No, because we don't appear. Kind of annoying that you can't see your own faction here. Really wish you could. We're in the lead, guys. We're in the lead. 16 atrocities. Make sure we keep that lead. I want some other stupid shadow government overshadowing me. We will win on the atrocities front, at the very least. Yeah, I don't see where this is actually factoring into the intel tab. I don't know. And we can't see what our current relation is with the alien. Really wish we could have seen that when they were bombarding us. But... yeah, like, I feel like there should be something here. No, this is just all the tracked aliens. I feel like there should be something else that shows us what's actually going on. This is the intel tab, right? Yeah. Not telling me anything that I haven't already seen. Questions? Am I missing something? Comment down below.
They
Alright,
slipped away
our
from
armies
us.
are almost home. And if they take Bangladesh back, we will reclaim
We
it
are
for
winning
ourselves.
their hearts and minds.
Increase popular support in Canada. Very good, very good. Right, new project available. The Alien Nation allows us to transfer territory to the Alien Nation. Okay. Increases our control point management by 25. Splits off a new org to the faction pool and grants 100. Interesting. So we don't really gain anything from the Alien Nation, right?
We've removed some threats.
At this point, I might just give them China. It's kind of stupid the way how it came about, but... UFO crashes on Earth in Wuhan. Alright. Pretty sure they can just land at this point. Alright, what are we missing here? In India. No, we're keeping India. For sure. Okay. Outer status, you are going to investigate in Wuhan.
Headed there now.
Alfarius, you are going to...
Acknowledged.
What the hell? Okay, well, I guess we have to try crackdowns. So
Targeting their center of power.
Alfarius try crackdown in
here.
Canada, and we're gonna have... ooh, actually, it's much better for...
Targeting their key people.
Where
Also,
to?
let's look at our councilors. See what their org and level status is. Oh, he's got a lot of points. He's got 45. We can get a couple of good traits here. Let's actually upgrade his espionage further, right? I mean, we'll upgrade that by 2. That way he'll be able to act. By the way, so I had that question. Like, what do you call something that is the this kind of like fulcrum point inside of another group that causes the entire group to collapse? The instigator of chaos within. And so somebody commented the 5th column, and that wasn't the word that I was looking for. There's actually like a specific word, and I still don't remember it. But I did not actually know what the 5th column was, so I researched it. And yeah, I mean, okay, it's technically the comment is fully correct. That is exactly what I meant. The 5th column. It's just not the word I was actually looking for. But look at this. Alvarius has the 5th column. I just thought it was really funny, and yeah, I was going to mention it at the beginning of the episode, but I forgot. All right, Jingju here. What are you going to get? Let's see here. You could get Puppet Master. Could be good. Give him some espionage, so actually would not be good. Senior Military Strategist. Plus 25% to military science research. Plus 1 site. That's good. And let's give him Castle Aerospace, too, for some extra military research. Energy and space flight. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Agira. Agira, you're going to get some admin. Alright, you're gonna get a lot of admin. We want to get everybody to 25 admin, and then we're just gonna give him... Oh boy, that's gonna tank our economy. But it's gonna fix our mission control problem. And it's good. We're gonna give it to him. Alright, he has National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. It's a mouthful, but he's got it. Then let's give him the Directorate for External Security. It's going to give him plus 2 espionage and investigation. Although, hold on. Maybe that's better to give to you. Though you're not going to be able to take it. We'll give you 1 more admin. We have a lot of unassigned orgs, too. We can't go any higher in admin, so we'll give him another persuasion. We can give him an unassigned org of some kind. We have an org slot, but weirdly we can't actually give him anything because he's at 15 out of 15 orgs. Makes sense. Let's ditch Mona here. And we can give him a 2-slot org of some kind. Give him this. It's going to upgrade his investigation and espionage. Right? Or we do this. That's also pretty good. No. We'll give him the Directorate. So we're giving Jean-Luc the Illuminated the Directorate General for External Security, which grants plus 2 espionage, plus 2 investigation, plus 1 security, and plus 3 ops per turn. It allows him to take some extra actions. Not sure if he could already take. Doesn't really matter. We have no orgs to give you. So technically we can still give some orgs to Agira. would like to get this one, but I have a lot of orcs myself. So actually, we can give him garnet products, which we stole. We'll actually bump up his admin all the way to the max. Is good. So from there, we can give him 2 more orcs. Actually, we can only give him 1, so it has to be a 2-star. We're going to do the space mining. Right? Gonna be the space mining? Gonna be the space mining. Give the boy the space mining! Right, in other status. Wow, everyone we have is at full admin. It's pretty wild. Other status, you're gonna get more science. He's our advisor. He's our main advisor. Okay.
Ready for
Since he's our main advisor, I'm actually going to send Jingju.
We'll see what we can find.
Go and do the investigations in Outer Status. He's going to advise India.
I will help them.
Right, and we really need to take Canada. This needs to happen. We need to launch a successful crackdown. Why is it at 57? Oh, because we're doing 2 at a time. Okay, it might actually work. Maybe we'll get both of them. Advised mission completes. Yeah, good. Permanent assignment. That is your job, advising India. Okay. Alien detected. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Stay there. Alright, our forces have arrived. Can we now just go back to home? Why?
We've neutralized that.
Okay, so we've done a crackdown in Canada. Let's see if we get the other one.
Moved the needle.
57% public approval in Canada.
hit 'em
Too?
where it
Nice,
hurts.
double crackdown. Nice. All right. No, okay, it only cracks down 1 point though. Damn it. All right. All right. We've got an outpost core at the Notre Dame base at Burgers Coulee on 216 Cleopatra, and the mining complex is up and running there as well. So we have a bit more asteroid mining happening.
We found something.
Deficit in fissiles is also decreasing, because that was a fissile asteroid, if I recall correctly. Alright, click on it. Never mind. Okay. I'm just gonna assume it was a fissile asteroid. Or I know we went for a few fissile asteroids, so... Okay, how are we looking?
Ready for orders.
We need to enact a purge, so we're going to take
Removing
this
our enemies.
point, and
Standing
Jean-Luc
by
the
for
Illuminated
orders.
is going to crack down the final
Acknowledged.
point here in Canada, and then we'll have Canada.
Turning up the heat.
And we can basically stop
Acknowledged.
worrying about... Oh no, we're going to continue doing
Let's
some
see what
alien
we can see.
investigation. There's a lot of alien
Ready for my
investigation
mission.
to be done right now. And Agira, you're going to actually move towards Mexico,
We'll make our appeal.
and we're going to start working on Mexico. We should have Canada.
Offering counsel.
One more turn.
If some ancient race of brilliant, gentle snake men suddenly crawled from the desert, they would have no rights, no protections. Any idiot with a rifle could turn a miracle into a pair of boots. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee on BBC Newsnight.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a point. But also, ancient snake men, I would be concerned. Oh, okay, I guess if they're gentle, sure, alright. Other species now walk among our own. This is a genie we cannot put back in its bottle. Whatever the long-term consequences of the alien arrival, we can never revert to a world where terrestrial humanity considers only its own needs, rights, and behaviors. The creaking ancient structures that are our laws, both national and international, were not designed with such an uncanny prospect in mind. And so there must be a flurry of new edicts and powers. We must establish not just how we respond to our unexpected visitors, but also how and if we integrate the discoveries that arise from their presence in our lives. The implications for genetics alone necessitate an entire new field of law and ethics. Beyond that, there are also endless complications of life in space. Who can make claim to what borders there should be, and what technologies must be liberated from patents in order to benefit all of mankind. We have thus commissioned the world's best legal minds to draft what is, in effect, a new international constitution, an eye-wateringly complicated starting point from which all the world's nations and beyond can begin to legislate for this anxious, bold new era. Yeah, that's all very fascinating stuff.
Hit them where it hurts.
Right, we have full crackdown in Canada. That's good.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Nice, we increased our Public support in Mexico by 0%. What? How? Project available. Okay. Except for -3 on crackdown missions from control points. It's okay.
Recon complete.
We are now able to undertake the Aztlan Nation project. The Los Angeles, Monterey, Denver, Dallas. Oh, that's fucking cool. You do like this? Be sick. Might do
We're
that.
in control here.
We've purged supporters of humanity first and taken a control point for the Illuminated in Canada. Excellent. And we'll get the final one in the next turn, and we'll have full control over Canada. From there, we'll move to Mexico, and we'll take full control over that as well. We have the resources to acquire the research and analysis with one of our councilors. Yeah, but I don't. I can't do anything. Alrakis Surveillance? That's cool. Also a really cool name. Alrakis is a star, and the name of a really sick atmospheric black metal band. Which named themselves after a star, because they play space metal. Pretty cool stuff. Would recommend if you're interested in black metal. Their album Alpha Eri is very good, to say the least. Anyways, let's see here. Yeah, we could get that. Okay. That's good. Borima International. It's really good, because it's also going to give us some money, and some influence, and some research. And this would actually be very good on Jean-Luc the Illuminated. So, let's see about giving him some of this. We can actually remove one of the other ones that gives... Like, we could drop this. We would have to drop more, obviously. We can't just drop this. Because if we take this, it's going to put us over the maximum. If I ditch this one... Not getting public campaign from this, right? No, he can do that on his own. We're going to ditch the Adonis community. We'll sell it for 0. No, I guess we'll just put it into unassigned orgs. Keep it in reserve. We can always trade it. And we need to take 2 more. I know I just gave this to him, but I feel like this is going to be a better option, and we can use this on somebody else at some point. We need to rejigger the orgs, for sure. Alright, so we've given him Borima International, which is pretty good. So now he's sitting at 25 persuasion. And it's going to help our income a little. Nice. He's also got another augment. So what do we give him? Let's give him some more investigation. He can be our backup investigator. Does he have any other traits that he can go for? Not really anything worthwhile. Okay. So... Alfarius. Why is this so good? Why is Stake for All such a goddamn good org? It makes 0 sense. Yeah, I mean, there's the space mining situation. Which I feel like I should be moving all of my space mining to Arsteris, because he's the one who... He just doesn't take actions. He's purely an advisor. So I don't need to worry about having stats for him. So all he needs is admin, science, and then whatever else. Whereas this guy actually needs more investigation. He could use other stats as well. Like, I wouldn't mind him having better persuasion. His espionage is as high as it's going to be. So that is unnecessary at this point. He could also even get some command. Wouldn't be terrible. But I think persuasion is going to be the easy route there. Oh. What, though? What do we give him? He's at 13 out of 15 orgs. I could give him the Adonis community. Or we could finally give him Office 39. You know what? I'm going to give him Office 39, and then we're going to remove Alderamin surveillance, because that's then going to be unnecessary on him. And in turn, we will actually give him the Adonis community. Alright. A little bit of maneuvering with the orgs. Jingju is mostly an advisor, but he is also a command character. I should have given him the... I will, actually. Sorry. Moving stuff around. I'll give him this instead. Yeah, energy. No, I have to buy this one. I mean, I could. Snow Leopard Commando Group, which would give him actually some investigation and command, but again, I'm not using command on him. He's got 2 slots, Alfarius. Got 2 slots. I mean, this is great, but it's not necessary for him, so... Oh shit, I sold Office 39. Whoops. I wanted to do, but it's fine. I've got the resources to correct such mistakes. I'm gonna give him the energy independence. Right? Or do I give this to Jingju as well? That I think is gonna be good on Jingju. Let's see here. Got Shield of the Devoted. Quite good as an org. That's ridiculous, actually. He's not using this, to be perfectly honest. Dragon Strategic Communications. He's not using that at all. We're going to give him... not that, but we will give him Office 39. Give him a bit of extra command. So that'll put his command up to 19. Got 1 org slot left. No, we're at maximum total orcs. So unless I remove another, like, tier 1 orc, which there isn't really much that I want to remove from him. So then we have Agira here. Agira, I could upgrade some of his stats, I feel. But to do that, we would have to sacrifice cogs or space mining. Again, I want to have Aristedes be our main space miner, but looking at what he's doing, we can ditch Terra Laboratories. I don't think we need that. Sell it. This thing, that's space mining. This, that gives him science. That's space mining. Okay, Urza spacecraft. We don't really need much boost. We can also invest in boost fairly easily, so we're gonna ditch that. And we're gonna look for science orgs here. So this is definitely one that would be good for him. Antari's Innovations. Gives him the science, gives 25 extra knowledge income. Pretty good overall. Yeah, let's do that. That'll put his science up to 20. Pretty solid. And yeah, this basically just leaves Agira. Agira, I don't really have like a proper place for. I don't really know what I'm doing. He's just kind of, he does various things. I want to keep that because our economic situation isn't great. That's really good. Doesn't provide any stats. It's 8% space mining, 70% economy, and 50 monthly income for Ishtar extraction. That's still good for a 1-star. Don't want to ditch any space mining. Or am I overblowing the space mining? Is it not as good as I think it is? Are the cogs not as good as I think it is? I'm going to leave it as is right now. Not going to adjust anything further. And let's confirm our final assignments. This will be the last turn I do today.
We're taking power.
Go.
At your service.
And
What's the up?
so we're going to take Canada. And we are going to then start our public
story.
approval campaign
Acknowledged.
in Mexico.
Standing by.
Jingju is going to assist in that.
Standing
even
by
though
for
it's
orders.
not really his forte. We have the money to bolster.
Telling our story.
Agira can do the same thing. We're actually going
I'm
to
here.
invest a little bit into this. Not too much, but a little.
I will try to sway the public.
And let's hope this works. Really hope this works.
Lending my expertise.
Okay. Alien detected. Trunking again. Okay. Tanya. Yeah.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Still 0. What the hell's going on here? We can't seem to move Mexico's public opinion. Like, we're succeeding, but we're getting like 0. Any ideas why that's happening? There's some sort of tech they have that's maybe preventing that, but that would have prevented our push in Canada, so confused. Personal disagreements have flared up between two of our councilors. Jean-Luc the Illuminated and Agira Utajit have never been entirely comfortable with each other's methods of operating, but the last few missions were the final straw. Both of them refused to work with one another, denouncing their methods as inefficient, unconscionable, and detrimental to the Illuminated's cause. I'm gonna show support for Jean-Luc the Illuminated. I can try and equivocate. That kind of sucks. Or we can do that. Yeah, we'll do that. I got the resources for it.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We'll mediate. We'll spend 800 influence, which is a lot. Okay, this increased it by 1%.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
That's terrible. Why is it so low? What is causing this? We should take Canada.
Our associates
All right,
are
Canada
now in
is ours.
charge.
Let's quickly check the priorities here. So we want to definitely be investing into mission control. Building armies. I mean, we're so close to building an army, so we may as well just work on it. Don't need boosts right now. Don't really need funding. I mean, I do, but it's low on the priority. Military expenditure we can reduce at 4.2, which is not bad, but if we take the US, we'll be fine. The problem is if the US invades us. US invading Canada. Education is good, so we don't need to prioritize too much into knowledge. Welfare, not necessary. Very low inequality, and we can bolster the economy a little bit, make Canada stronger. Okay, and that is going to be, at least once we get to the next session. Then we'll end the session. New project available, Common Cause. Cooldowns on improving relations reduced by 20. Good. 20%. And increases our our control point management capacity by 10. But that would be a good thing to research. Anything that upgrades your control point capacity is going to be great. And we are out of... Okay, and the Republic of Korea at once. I'm like, since when do I have 4 control points in the US? Spoiler, I don't. Alright. Let's just immediately set the right people to doing that so that I don't forget at the start of the next session. So they're gonna
making things safe for our people.
Republic of Korea.
I'm
and
here.
Alfarius Omegan is going to defend Canada.
Protecting our interests.
Jingju
Ready.
defend the US.
Securing
We
our
need to keep that
interests.
foothold at all costs. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end today's session. This was a bit of a roller coaster, I'll admit. I was pretty not thrilled at the start of it when everything just kind of went down. And I'm still under the opinion that that was a bug by the way that, you know, they were suing for peace and then just, like, continuing the invasion and how that repeated a few times. Fairly certain that was a bug. Reiterate. And yeah, I mean, it almost caused me to quit. I almost thought this is not salvageable. In any case, it is a big hamper in our plans. Is that how you say that? I don't think so. It's a wrench in our plans. There we go. Wrenches, not hampers. Fuck. Never mind. It's a big wrench in our plans, which I am, like, if you've watched any of my other, like, Crusader Kings playthroughs, you know I enjoy when my plans get messed with. When something drastic happens that, like, causes the thing that I've been working on to collapse in on itself in a fun way. It's cool. It's fun. It adds a interesting, you know, challenge to the game. However, this was not fun. This did not feel interesting. It felt like, it just felt confusing and arbitrary and illogical in every way, shape, and form. Hopefully that explains my bitterness towards it. This isn't me being upset because I'm losing. I'm perfectly fine with losing if it makes sense. Which this didn't. Okay, guys, please, you know, if you're enjoying this content, you know, drop it a like. That helps me out a great deal. Obviously, as these series go on, they, you know, they lose traction over time. And it's never a good thing to end a series prematurely, of course. Even if, like, it's always the first episodes in series that get the massive following of views and likes and all that. So please, if you're watching this and you enjoy it, give it a like. Helps me out a great deal. And thank you to everybody that has been leaving comments. Again, if you have any explanation for what is going on here, please illuminate me. Alright guys, catch you later. Ash Heriter out.